Welcome back. Earlier this month, Charlotte O'Brien lost her battle with bullying, the Year 7 student taking her own life at just 12 years of age. And for many Aussie parents, Charlotte's story has been a wake-up call, a sign that they need to consider withdrawing their child from their school. But certain private schools, it's been revealed, are putting up a fight, insisting parents pay a full term's fees if they take their children out of school due to bullying.
All right, let's get today's take on this with commentator Sean Zepps and Shirley Horton on the Gold Coast. Sean, I mean, what this family's gone through is unimaginable. What any family of bullying goes through is so difficult and so tricky and so nuanced. And you want the support of the school. You don't want them to have a handout from it at the same time. It's just unthinkable that they're doing this.
Absolutely. As a child who was bullied quite relentlessly, like this is my story in many ways. And then you become a parent and you realize there's an entire other side of the story. It's difficult for you, of course, but your parents have to wake up each day, often with the knowledge, sometimes without, shipping you off to quite literally the lion's den. I hope they make it through the day. I hope today's not difficult for them. And oftentimes parents are weaving the school into the process. They're notifying them, trying to find solutions. If the school can't work with them to make it a safe space, then you're saying, we're going to charge you because we can't fix this problem. It really feels like a huge school issue. What is the policy in place to ensure that children can feel safe at school? I don't know the answer to it, but it really feels like a $10,000 exit fee is not the right one.
No, and it's a bigger problem than ever before, thanks to social media. We know as well it is a different world that our kids are growing up in now. In some cases, it's reported, Shelley, that some of these schools are even asking parents to sign a non-disclosure agreement so that these stories of bullying don't damage their reputations. Look, if that's true, that seems despicable.
Absolutely. It sounds like they're protecting themselves, not the kids. And this is where we need to get back to focus on the children. I believe, as Sean said, it is the school's responsibility to protect these vulnerable kids. And to have them sign an NDA, it just gives that sniff of scandal about it. It's like going on a current affair and saying no comment. It just makes you look guilty. So I think they need to reassess this and remember that they have a duty to protect children, educate, and make sure that they're cracking down on bullies so that this doesn't happen, rather than sweeping it under the carpet. It's just not good enough.
Look, I don't... Everyone's got to step up here. You know, not every school can be blamed for every case of bullying, but if they are letting this child down and their parents need to step in and move them somewhere else, they should be free to go at no expense.
I imagine...
Maybe the term fee could be considered a fine to the school. If you have to move your child, that $10,000 that they would have had, consider that a fine for not protecting the child.
Also, there should be other parents should be able to step in here and be able to speak to the parents of the kids who are bullying the kid and say, hey, do you realise this is what's happening? Are you with your child on social media? We're going to need to work together on this, as opposed to being like going to the school and have the school work as some sort of mediator between two camps. There's got to be different ways to going about this, because a kid that's bullied may be being bullied at home for whatever reason, you know what I mean? I don't want to give excuses here, but there are reasons for everything. And we need to drill down and investigate that, Sean.
I imagine that by the time it gets here, by the time you've gotten so far in the journey that you are willing to make changes in your entire life to move your child, that you actually have exhausted a couple options. This is not the first week, the second month, probably not even the first year. And so the fact that there isn't like some type of formal checklist that we work through as a school and parent, where we've had the mediation call with the other family, where we have attempted to move the child to a different classroom, where we have monitored social media, check, and then we get here, and then once we've gotten to phase 5, we go, clearly there is not a fee that needs to be taken out. That seems crazy to me.
I mean, you know, Charlotte's parents, her family, have been so selfless and courageous in speaking about their experience, and they're doing it so that this isn't in vain, so that other children can be protected and supported and helped where they need to be. And so these schools need to listen to them. They need to listen to these families and do the right thing. And if you or anyone you know is struggling, help is always available. You can call Lifeline on 13 11 14. Shelley and Sean, stay with us, so we'll be back with more to discuss right after this.
Welcome back. Let's have a change of pace. They're the brains behind It's a Me Mario. And this week, gaming giant Nintendo is celebrating its 135th birthday. How is it that old? I'm not sure. But anyway, it's opening its very first museum.
So it's definitely old.
100%.
Podcaster Sean Zepps and commentator Shelley is back with us to discuss. Welcome back to both of you. Sean, what is your favourite Nintendo memory? Because that music is really taking me back somewhere in my mind.
I'm going to throw my mom under the bus right now.
Go.
When I was a kid, my mom had a rule. She was a gamer. So the rule was she finished the game before we were allowed to play it.
Wow.
So my memory...
What was her jam?
She was, the little elf. Why am I blanking right now?
Zelda?
Thank you.
Zelda.
You're welcome. Legends of Zelda.
Legends of Zelda. We had to sit behind her and watch her play.
Amazing.
Now you could do that on YouTube.
I
That's
mean,
what your mum could do that live and on Twitch and make a lot of money.
She was the original Twitcher, ladies and gentlemen.
Shelley, look, this won't be a regular museum though. The whole experience will be part of like some sort of game when you're in the museum. That's kind of smart, right?
Yeah, that's really cute. Look, I want to put my parents under the bus as well. We weren't allowed Nintendo. So there was no
we're that
gaming in
family.
our house
Yeah.
in Kingaroy.
Did you have
We
a
had to go out and
Betamax video
play in the
system instead of
street.
VHS?
Exactly. We had beta. Like it was that bad. But look, the thing is, it's just part of everyone's lives, you know, even on the periphery. So I love the idea that if you go into this museum, it is like a game. But for me, I was never a gamer. And yeah, sorry, I blame my mum and dad.
I had the very first, I don't know if anyone else remembers these, but it was like long before the consoles, or the Donkey Kong, and you'd flip it open and you'd play like Donkey Kong on there and it would go up the screen. I thought, this is magic.
Magic.
It was like, what was your first gaming thing?
We had a Sega Mega Drive, so it was all about Alex the kid in our house, but my cousins had the Nintendo 64.
Were you jealous?
I was very good at Cooper Trooper Beach.
Yeah.
Really good. I knew all the shortcuts through the tunnels and the caves. See, good memory.
We're all gamers
that.
here.
We're all gamers.
Take it easy, you two.
Thank
Great
you.
to be
Have
here.
a great day. See you soon. Coming up on Today Extra.